Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the scenic Lime Rock Park circuit, situated at the foot of the picturesque Berkshire Mountains in Connecticut, the United States of America. And while we're here to kickstart the Simsport Racing Mazda MX5 Cup. Fixed setup, one-lap qualifying, and a 30-minute race forms tonight's event. And this easy to learn but intrinsically difficult to master 1.5-mile-long circuit contains 9 corners, although many racers refer to the track only having 7. There's little room for mistake, so precision is key. I'm Cameron, and joining me for the action tonight is my co-commentator, Brian Larson. Looking forward to this one, Brian?
Oh, yeah. We found some, in the previous for fun races, we've seen sort of like where people are, new people joining tonight, which should be very interesting. So, yeah, definitely. We know who should be in the front, but yeah, let's see. Maybe we get a nice surprise.
Yeah, and a nice surprise, I think, would be what we're going to get. This forms round 1 of 4 in this championship. We've got the likes of Alton Park, Daytona Motor, and Laguna Seca on the calendar, but here is qualifying as we ride on with Vidago. And there's the results. So, and it looks like Haley is on pole. Brian.
Yeah, he's quick, Haley. But let's say about Kieran, he doesn't look 5th place. He must have messed up somewhere. But yeah, Haley definitely one of the quicker guys. Several quick guys in this mix, to be honest. So this should be an interesting start for these this first league race, definitely.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this one. I've heard that Kieran is a quick racer, so seeing him down in 5th, he's going to have to do a bit of work to get in the lead of this one. And so let's talk about the grid. We've got Stephen Haley on pole. Joining him on the first front row is Jake Belcher. Then behind we've got Simon Wilkes, Matus, Kieran Vidago. Angus Martin lines up in 6th. Stin Passmore lines up in 7th. 8th is Cameron Hawes. Cameron Fife in 9th. David Hedges 10th. And rounding out is Jamie Peters Ennis in P11. There we go. So it's a bit dark on track at the moment, but I believe we're going to be in the daylight for the race, Brian. Anything interesting about this circuit?
It should be a daylight run, this one. So not like the last for fun race was. It was set in the night time, probably just to get a bit of experience through the guys. But yeah, definitely, this is going to be a daytime running, and anything can happen in this race. It's a fixed setup, as you said, and MX5 cars, not the fastest cars on the track, but it's all about maintaining that speed through the corners. So this is going to be bumper to bumper through the race, no doubt about it.
Yeah, this track has sported some pretty impressive championships in the past. First opened in 1957, and the likes of IMSA Sports Car Championship and Pirelli World Challenge, as well as the American Le Mans series have raced here, and adding to that, Simsport Racing with our MX5 Cup. So we're seeing a bit of warm-up at the moment. Warm-up is key, would you say? And how much emphasis do you reckon is required on practice to get a good race out of this one?
Well, it's all about track limits. Finding out how much speed you can carry through the corners. You'll see the starting lineup here. Tim Fulbrook, he was actually quite quick in the fun race, battling out with Stephen Haley. Him starting in 12th is only saying that he didn't set a time in qualifying, so we definitely have to watch out for him coming from behind. So yeah, it's going to be close, definitely. This is all about the small mistakes and small rubs, so yeah, let's see how it goes on.
Let's see, indeed. If you had to put a bet on someone or the likes, who do you think is going to come out strong in this one?
Well, seeing as Stephen Haley is starting in pole, he would be my favorite, to be honest. He's got the pace. He's normally quite quick. So, but it's all depending on how the guys behind him work together. If they work together, he's going to have a really, really tough race. But if they don't, he'll be able to go.
Exactly, and we are away there. The pole sitter getting a decent start, although the other car's on the outside. We've got that lovely Castrol livery. He's headed in to turn one. Who's going to come out on top? And it looks like a bit of issues there. Oh, someone's on brakes. We got a spinner immediately. That's going to cause some chaos. Oh, it's a wrecker there. That's taken out a fair bunch of the pack, and it looks like we're going possibly to a safety car. Surely. Here, that was, it looks like the leaders of the pack got away well, but further down, as you find in the midfield, incidents to occur, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, terrible start. This is going to change anything up for the race, to be honest. I actually thought Haley was pulling away, but he actually got caught out from behind, so let's see where we are with the safety car, with the standings. It's all up into the air, to be honest. So let's see where we are.
Yeah, Stephen Haley finding himself in 12th there. It's not been an easy race so far. We haven't even got around the first lap yet.
No, but it's first corner, you know. It's everybody wants to go through. Everybody wants to stay ahead. So, oh yeah, too bad. But yeah.
Here we go, and he enters the pits.
Seems like Haley going into the pits.
Yeah, here comes a replay then. Let's see what happens. Mazda car, Angus Martin. Oh, it's the number 4 car. I think that's Kieran Vidago there. Oh, wow, that's going to require some damages there to be fixed. And yeah, you see, it's just calamity at turn 1. Issues have occurred.
Kieran and Haley knows each other quite well, and I think Kieran was just trying to sort of like push his way through, hoping that Haley would actually keep on going, but touched him, so yeah.
And there's Simon Wilkes in the Castrol livery, just leading Jake Bletcher. Now the other car's coming in for a look down the inside. Hang on to the curb, just makes the move work there. As we head up
very nice.
around the track. There we go. Quite close between these top 3. Yeah, a little bit of a gap back to the others. And yeah, I mean, I can't go with that start. That was just phenomenal in the wrong sense of the word, really. And David Hedges in the 88 car. In the Castrol 1. Now pitting that one. That will be quite costly. You see them ride the curbs through turn 5 and 6. And then back down. Here we go. Brian, you know, racing drivers, they want to win the race in the first corner. We always say it's not one at the checkered flag. Any more words to that?
Well, normally the damage on, you would take it more easy through the first corner because, as all the famous people said, in order to finish, you have to finish the race, you know. So it's not all done through the first corner, but yeah, it's equal cars, equal setups. So it's basically down to the each driver to sort of like have an advantage, but it's a margin with almost no difference with these cars. So yeah, it's it's close, as I said from the start, and yeah.
Yeah, so Simon Wilkes leading in the Castrol car. You see them riding the curbs heavily through the chicane there. And Dave Hedges behind, trying to latch on to the rear of Simon Wilkes. We go down the hill, and Jake Boucher just lining up behind them, waiting to see if any of them make any mistakes. We come down the Sam Posey straight to begin another lap, but it is Simon Wilkes leading so far. Let's see if anyone makes a move into the brake zone. A little bit too far back there. We know the draft is quite strong on iRacing. I see the brake discs there just glowing in the night sky. We head up around this quite short track, and there is no room for mistake, as we found out from the start. You over push it, and you'll get bitten for it. That's for sure. The Castrol there. With these cars, it's a lot more about sort of keeping the speed through the corners, Brian. And yeah, they're not the quickest things, are they?
No, but it is, as you said, it's all about keeping the speed momentum up. Not the fastest cars, but it's about the speed. The more speed you can carry through the corners, the better, because they don't have a lot of momentum. So Dave Hedges in second place is normally quite quick driver, and you can see him. He's sort of keeping his distance to the guy in front, or
that was Peter Ellis off track there. Yeah, just finding the barrier there on the left-hand side. That's not going to do his race any good. And there's another car off track there as well. Simon Wilkes, we believe that was the race leader. So the race leader is off the track. That's going to cost him the position. Here's a replay, just going wide. Oh, no grip there at all. That's, you're not in a lawnmower, you're in a Mazda. That's costly for the race, Brian. And there we go. So it's Hedges leading Boucher, the 88 car, and the Mazda. Brian, a mistake like that, surely that's going to cost him for the rest of the race, or will he be able to make it up?
He's not going to be able to catch up. Picking up a lot of debris on the tires, coming back cold tires. He won't be able to fight it out in front anymore. He's just having to put his head down and then get up to speed again. But the guys in front running clean, and it's all about just hitting the apexes, keeping the speed. You see Darren and Jake Wills just sort of like maintain the same, keeping the same distance between them. So yeah, it's down to who makes a mistake and then just taking over.
Yeah, so we were just watching Angus Martin, the 99 car, found himself in P6 with that classic pinstripe there. And he's got a few cars behind him, such as Fulbrook in the Mazda, and then the number 4 car of Kieran Vidago. Going to be a bit of battling here. It takes a little, there's not many places to overtake, I suppose. I guess into turn 1, the big bend, and maybe, wow, just down the main straight. And we see someone having a few issues there, but the 99 car still leading this pack, although the Wolves are getting hungry in the official livery. There's some really nice liveries on the grid this evening, Brian.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Nice to see. But you got Tim, you got
Here we go.
Kieran. Here comes Kieran. Really, really quick drivers. They know what they're doing. So it's only a matter of time because, yeah, they definitely are quick. So, but definitely nice to see some different liveries around these cars. So yeah, somebody's got a latency problem, it looks like, but yeah.
He's still holding P6 for now, so it's not too bad for him. But
No,
there's Kieran Vidago, just running a little wide there, I'd say. Just a wheel on the grass. He's kept it going, though. Hasn't made too big of a mistake. But the pressure's going to be on. We haven't got that much time, really, in these races. So you want to get the positions done, really. So we'll see what's going to happen with this pack. Wow, this is after that race start, it's caused a bit of a ruckus with the rest of the cars. We go down the hill, heading down into the Sam Posey straight. Are we going to see a move here from the number 4 car, Kieran Vidago? Oh, it's going to be close. He's in the slipstream. He's going to be able to get him on the brakes. In the middle of the road, that AC isn't going to help. He goes to the outside. He's going to be able to get it done. The 99 car defends, taking the inside line. And it looks like Kieran hasn't been able to take that place yet. It's not over, though. He's looking up the inside of that classic liveried Mazda car there. It's just following through the corners. That gap is getting ever closer. Wow, they're going to be touching bumpers before long.
Yeah, definitely. And Tim is just watching behind them.
Oh,
running wide.
He just managed to keep that out of the tyre barriers. That's going to cost him some time, though, but he's lucky to not have cost him his race fully. Oh, with a bit of aggression there. He goes to the runoff. That's the wrong way. Come back. You're not meant to be going that. Oh, dear. He's off for an exploratory lap of the uphill section. And there's a 99 car just coming out ahead of them. To be fair, considering what happened there, no major incident. I'm surprised that Kieran is still has all four wheels on that car.
Yeah, he sort of like took the small shortcut into the track. I think he's a bit worried about the guy in front with the latency, you know. So, but definitely, quick drivers, definitely.
Yeah, and he has just handed that position back. So still a gentleman race it. That latency is scary. I would not like to be the car behind. Seeing that car blinking, you don't know who's going to end up in your bonnet or not. But here we go. I think there might be a move coming this lap. Surely you'd rather be in front of the guy with the latency rather than behind, as he blinks in and out with those brake discs glowing on the rear tyres. Here we go. The 99 car still holding the position, still defending as we go through turn 5, 6. And on to 7 as we the west bend heading into the downhill section. I reckon there's a move on here, Brian. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely down this main straight. Let's see how they come out in the end into the first corner, because he's getting a lot of speed. He's getting a lot of drag. So taking the inside, braking a little bit late, and he'll be past him. That's for sure. Let's see.
Yeah, either be past him or in him at this rate. We're going to have to find out. There's the 88 car. There's the 88 car battling for the lead. Wilkes in on this one as well after his off early. He's managed to catch up to the lead pack. Will he be able to retake first? Shortly, we'll have to wait and see. And there is the number 15 car of Jake Belcher. They are ever so close. They go through 5, 6 and 7 once again. That's a tricky chicane that you want to carry the speed through and ride the curbs. We don't want to offset the car too much as we head down towards the Samposi Straight. Someone's going to come out on top here and someone's going to find themselves at the back. Oh, there's a nice gap. Well, not really. I lied there. That gap is closing in. He goes slightly wide, makes use of all the track. Here comes the draft. The number 15 on the race leader. Is he going to be able to get it done in the brakes? There's still quite a gap there. Simon Wilkes is looking racy here, making sure there's no one makes any mistakes. If they do, he's going to snap up those positions. But the 88 car manages just to keep it ahead of the number 15 there.
Yeah, Dave is definitely hoping for the guys behind him to battle it out, and it seems like, it seems like they're trying to maybe just.
Okay, here comes the number 4, Vidago. Looks like pass on Fulbrook shortly. Oh, there's the 18 car. Fulbrook off track to the 18 car going wide. Found himself again. Or doing those lawnmower services, a bit like Valtteri Bottas back in Austria. And so Vidago is up to 6th place. See what he can do from there. But still, the 88 car leading on the straight. It's like watching a replay again, this one. But no, this is live. The 15 catching up the 12. Though Simon Wilkes is looking racy. Can he get him on the brakes? Got to watch out not to hit and give him a bump draft into the braking zone. That won't be appreciated. That Castrol livery car possibly looking up the inside there. No, Belcher still doing well to keep it in the lead. Defensive driving skills at play, Brian.
Yeah, definitely. And Aaron watching through the rear mirror, just seeing these guys behind him. This is amazing. So this is all about just a chance, late braking, being able to know the circuit a little bit better than the other guys. It seems like Dave just went through there a bit better than the others, but take in mind they're also just defending from the guy behind. So this is exciting, you know. Coming down, seeing just drafting each other. See if they can get up for a nice battle for this second place. Dave seems like he's got a little bit of air. And knowing Dave, he's quite consistent and he knows how to get a race car around the track. So still, yeah, it's going to be really tight.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be tight indeed, and we're looking forward to seeing who comes out. I can't call it at this moment in time, but I wonder if they might be just maybe working with each other. Although I say that, and that doesn't look very friendly, does it? He's trying to move up the inside, the number 12 car, and I think he's just ahead. No, he isn't. Oh, this is going right to the apex of the corner through the chicane, and it's Wilkes who moves up to P2, right in the corner, out of joy there around the exit. But it's Wilkes who's just behind Hedges there, who's leading the race. He's doing really well, really consistent. But I wonder if Belcher's wanting that place back and wanting to go further and try and take first. He's going to have to wait a little bit. What I was going to say before I got really interrupted by that brilliant overtake, I wonder if they are trying to work with each other just to try and build a bit of distance from the pack behind so they can play it out at the end. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, it's every man for himself right now, to be honest. They're still seeing a lot of battles, and you got Cameron 5 still trying to do what he can. Rear brakes really glowing up. All about carrying these speeds through the corners. These cars, they don't have a lot of power, so you definitely have to look out for whatever speed you have. But yeah, he's doing a really, really good job.
Yeah, and 5 there hasn't done much practice. He's just started again in iRacing after taking a bit of hiatus. And does that look a little bit of contact there? I'm not too sure if my eyes were deceiving me between Wilkes and Boucher. Just maybe give him a little bit more speed into the braking zone, help each other out, I suppose. The Castrol livery right there. And we're about to go to a replay of Wilkes and Boucher. This was brilliant. Look at that. Holds the inside line, just gets the perfect run through the chicane, maximise the curbs perfectly there. Wow, those wheels, he almost become a two-wheeler car there, but a brilliant job indeed by Wilkes, and finds himself in P2.
That was awesome, mate. Awesome.
Yeah, and Hedges, the 88 car, a brilliant effort so far, finds himself up 10 places, and he's actually leading the race. So he's done a brilliant job there. Gargantuan effort. Oh, Simon Wilkes, watch what you're doing there. Wow, he was almost going sideways. I think he was lucky to keep that in a straight line, but always a battle again. But we're just going to see a replay of Wilkes just getting all out of shape. Look at that, helping him turn in, but not necessarily the way he wanted to get that assistance. As Fife now takes P9 from Peter Ennis. As Wilkes into P2. The gap there just over a second. Will most likely fall under that down the straight. Oh, he's getting out of shape again. But I don't think it's going to be a move just yet. But these three drivers, they want this winner. They want it hard, Brian.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's Dave in front, doing it just steady. Seeing the guys behind him battling it out. Amazing move by Wilkes to that chicane on the last lap. I mean, that's track knowledge, being able to know exactly where you can put the car and where you got the grip. And I think even Belcher was a bit surprised that he was actually going to make it stick, So let's see how everybody's doing. It still seems like Wilkes is a little bit overpowered towards Dave in the front. So let's see. It should be, just slightly faster. But it's also all about this draft coming down, especially this main straight.
Yes, and talking about draft, Wilkes is going to try and move using the draft into turn 1, side by side on the brakes. Who's going to come out on top? The Castrol green and red car leads Hedges. Wilkes takes first after an early lap incident and a mega overtake to find himself in P2. He now is on top of the timing tower, and Wilkes takes the lead.
Yeah, I know Dave. He's normally really a normal, not aggressive driver. So I'm thinking he's just not letting him go by, but he's going to be sitting on his back and just waiting for him to make a mistake. He's normally a really, really, really good driver. So let's see what happens.
Oh, bit of contact there between the two cars. Getting a bit feisty. We saw Wilkes getting a little bit out of shape earlier. We said he might be pushing, seeing at the sector times. he might be pushing a little bit too hard and find himself out of the race completely. But look at the gap there. It's so close. I wouldn't, I don't know. This is so difficult to call again. 2 attempts now. It's going to fall again. Is this going to be another move? And the 88 car on the 12. He's looking and he brakes a little earlier to not run into him. And looks like he's backed out of that one. And we might see a bit of competition from Belcher here on Hedges. He's closing out to him, so it might not only be a battle for P1, but the rest of the podium positions. But there are your podium runners so far. Wilkes leading Hedges, who is in turn leading Belcher. Brilliant work from all 3 drivers. We head down further the timetable. We see a couple drivers have pitted, and Fife is now exiting those pits. So we don't really know what happened there, but Haley is also catching up to Hawes. But this is the battle for the lead, and this battle is going to go on for a little while, and I hope it certainly does.
Yeah, and we got Steen in the 4th place, just ever so slightly joining these guys in the front. It's all about if Wilkes is being able to just get away from Hedges. Seems constantly he's on his bumper. Belcher's pulled back a little bit. Don't know if it's maybe down to the tires or he's just not getting into a rhythm, not being able to battle with Wilkes. So
yeah, so here are the lap times then from each driver. A 1:0.873, absolutely dominating the field on a 1-lap basis there. And then the 1:02s from Hedges, so quite a bit slower than Wilkes on the top times. And then quite condensed, actually, I would say, for the rest of the time. Anything you could take from that, Brian?
It's maybe adrenaline. I don't know.
Yeah, we saw those sector times earlier. It looked like someone's on the Red Bull.
It seems like we're...
Here we go then. Haley and Hawes. I'm getting a bit offline. Hawes trying it around the outside. And Haley, the number 24, just in front. But this is where it changes. Wheel to wheel, just ahead there with the silhouette of the Mazda MX5. And wow, still going side by side. This one went on for a while. Oh, lock up on the brakes. It looks like they're all just getting slightly offline. And it's Hawes again with a brilliant move through the chicane. That seems to be a brilliant overtaking opportunity so far this race. And a mega move for Hawes, who finds himself in P9.
Yeah. I think Haley backed out of it knowing what he was actually about to get into. So, and it's just about racing line, isn't it? He was on the outside, so he had to back down. So fair enough for him. Normally a very fair driver, so yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and we know with Hawes, he is very quick over 1 lap, but can sometimes seem a little bit over-aggressive, which helps him in certain scenarios, but might hinder in others. So maybe just a sensible decision to, back out of it, avoid a collision, which could ruin both their race, and maybe you can get that position back later on. We still got, laps to go, so there's no point trying to go for the position just yet if you can play it safe. And someone who's playing it safe seems to be Wilkes at the moment, 7 tenths, with Hedges behind. It seems like Belcher's just dropping off the pace a little bit from the front runners, and if he's not too careful, we might see Stin catching and maybe trying for a podium position at this time, Brian.
Yeah, it's sort of like I thought it was going to happen earlier, but it's sort of like seems like they found their rhythm by now, overtaking the car. Is that 5 they're overtaking now? But still, they all know it's down to the battle. I don't know if the tires might actually start to make a difference, but still, it's you have to get into to the rhythm, and it seems like Wilkes found the rhythm, and Dave is sort of just following him, shadowing him. So it's Belcher's seems like he's lost his rhythm. So yeah.
There's still plenty of time to get that rhythm back, though. He finds himself 2 seconds He might possibly be stuck in traffic a little bit there. I'm just trying to observe that. And it looks like Fife is back into the pit lane. We're not too sure what happened there. Some form of incident maybe earlier on. But Vidago finds himself a P6. Now, he is a quick driver. I would expect him to be in this fight for P1, at least for the podium. So seeing him down in the 6th position, it's a little bit worrying for him. And maybe it all hasn't gone to plan. We heard that lap 1 incident earlier. And that might have just got him out of the rhythm. And he's not in full swing now, Brian. What can you say about getting out of that rhythm and then trying to get back in it as we see that very interesting car there, the 327 car, defending from the number 4 car?
Oh, it's all about getting your head down. You know you made a mistake, and all the hopes and dreams you had from the start is sort of like gone, but you still want to get up there, and you can still see the timing sheet, and oh, here we go, inside. Is he going to catch it? Oh, is he going? Is he? Ah, almost. But
And the big bend.
Kieran is definitely a quick driver, and he's definitely going to advance maybe 1-2 places. But oh yeah, it's so annoying when you have a race start the way it did just now, that big incident, and you lose some places. You know where you are in qualifying, you know where you've been in practice, so it's never easy to have to swallow the pride and go further down the field. That's for sure.
Yeah, maybe that pride is starting to come back now. He finds himself in P5, getting past Matus there in the well, I don't know how to describe it. It's quite a interesting livery. Here's a replay of I believe that's Hawes getting all out of shape there. Again, he's finding a interesting route around that part of the track. I wouldn't say the stewards are going to be particularly happy with that one. I'm sure he'll give those positions back if he has gained any. There we go. So yeah, I do like to see these liveries, especially it just makes it easier to identify in the commentary box. But yeah, Cameron Hawes getting a little bit out of shape there. Thought he'd just take the grass line. Yeah. But Hedges and Wilkes is very close. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wilkes, P2, the Castrol. Hedges, P1 of the 88 car as we go down towards the Sam Posey Straight. I'm about to see another move for the lead. The draft is going to be crucial here. Then into the braking zone of turn 1. He's gaining. We see the timing on the top left just come down significantly. He's staying behind and not a move into turn 1 like I expected. But oh, it's getting a little bit close there. I thought that might have been a little bit of contact. They're riding the curb around that right-hander. Then into the left that tightens up a little bit. Wilkes taking a slightly wider line there. Might have just understeered on the previous corner. Then through turn 4, and it looks like Hedges still in the lead as we head up towards the no-name straight. Just before the interesting chicane where we've seen a amount of manoeuvres this evening. Any manoeuvre here? No, a little bit too far back, unfortunately, Brian.
Yeah, but we didn't see actually Dave Hedges overtook Wilkes. So I'm guessing Wilkes made a mistake at some point. But definitely, see Wilkes, he's all over the back of Hedges. And I wouldn't be surprised for turn 1 that Wilkes will be on the inside, unless Dave actually decides to make a little bit of a defending move. He's staying outside.
There we go, mounting the curb on the inside. It's almost ahead. The timing tower says so, and it is Wilkes who leads once again through and out of turn 1. This track is bringing some brilliant racing action this evening, and this is how the season's going to start. I can't wait to watch it through each race for the rest of April, folks. So stay tuned. Make sure to check the socials. But for now, let's check in with Wilkes and Hedges still battling it out. I just really like that Castrol livery. Sorry, I say it each time, but here we go into the chicane. No move. You want to maximise that. That sets you up, really, the exit down all the way to the straight, I would say, because the chicane is the major corner there. So if you can maximise that, surely you're on for a good run down the straight. 4 tenths. It's dithering around 5 tenths to see if you can get that lower for Hedges, as Peter NSJ is exiting the pits as well as 5. But that's not the main story here, folks. 5 tenths separating the race leader and P2, and they're just 1.5 seconds back to Boucher, who's still leading a pretty consistent race. And into turn 1. I don't think there's going to be a manoeuvre here. Too far back indeed. Maybe just to cool down a little bit as Wilkes runs slightly wider, but he's kept that going. and the Mazda driver of Wilkes leads.
This is going to be a race to the end, mate. Definitely. Let's see how it goes.
Yes, so Fulbrook there catching 6th place. We see her move further down the timing tower. Oh, wow. And there is our comparison. So lap 26, Matus was actually quicker, but apart from that, every other lap, you've got to say it's pretty dominating to see how much quicker Fulbrook is overall. So let's see if he can put that to some use and get a job done on the other. Again, that livery is quite interesting. It's keen on the eye, that's for sure, between Matus. And there's been an incident, folks. Is that on the pit exit there? I think that has been. Has there been a collision? Oh, we know he just touches the curb or something. He's gone round. Wow, lucky to avoid that other driver there. But that's his race pretty much over, I'd say. That's a lot of time he's going to lose there, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, must be cold tires or just acknowledging he's got somebody coming from behind that he just want to get away from, so touching the curb and just spinning the car out. This is horrific for a guy just coming out of the pits, definitely. But yeah, Fulbrook is still going full speed ahead, and it's very close. And knowing Fulbrook, he's really a good driver. So let's see. Oh, just down to the bumper down.
Belcher on Hedges here for P2. Belcher's caught up to Hedges. Hedges has had quite a big gap from Wilkes, and that's cost him here. Are we going to see a move? There's been a move further down, but Belcher on Hedges, and it's P3 for Belcher. Wilkes taking P1 there. Wow, indeed. It's been a battle to the end. And it's Stin in P4, Vidago P5, Fulbrook P6, Matus in P7, Haley in, it looks like it's going to be P9. Sorry, Martin, I forgot you, Martin, don't hate me. P8, looks like it's going to be, but it's not over just yet. I don't think Haley going to be able to get these positions, so I believe it might be a lap down. So I think that will be P9 for Haley, and Peter NSJ P12, but that was a battle for the lead. Oh, that's one way to celebrate. You did that a couple of laps ago, mate. You're good at that now. But Wilkes wins here at Lime Rock Park. What a brilliant race. There is your classification there. So Wilkes onto the top step of the podium. Hedges, the 88, 2.1 behind. Belcher just behind by just a couple tenths. That could have been a move for P2. I'm sure he'll be hitting himself there. He didn't do that earlier. But Stin, a good race for him, P4. Vidago over those lap 1 dramatics finds himself in P5. Tim Fulbrook, we saw he had the pace, but unfortunately not enough laps and not enough time to get further up the field, but he found himself in P6. Matus P7. Angus Martin P8. Haley, Hawes, Ennis, and Fife are your final runners there, leading down to P12. So a good race overall. Did you enjoy that one? I certainly did, Brian.
Oh, definitely. It's it's again fixed setups, equal cars. It's anything can happen.
Yeah, so we're going to head with some interviews then, and we will find out the story behind the action. And so joining us first is Dave Hedges. Hedges, how did you find that race?
It's pretty tough, to be honest. First real time of being in the car, so trying to learn a track and a car in the dark is not ideal, but yeah, it was good. Obviously, Simon, I think, made it difficult for himself going off the track a couple of times at turn 2. But yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, so we had that lap 1 incident. Did that give you a scare or two? Gave us a scare.
To be honest, it was my eyes lit up when I saw that. Just trying to keep out the melee and coming through in third, which was couldn't have asked for a better result, really.
No, and it was very close at the end there. Do you reckon if you had one more lap, you might have been able to take Sorry. I've forgot my words there. So it was close to the battle there, P2 and P3. Another lap, do you reckon it would have been even closer?
I'm not sure. I was on 20 times penalty, so if I'd had another one, it would have been a drive-through. So I was backing off Simon.
Fair enough.
I had a bit of a moment just before the chicane, the lap before, which gave me my last penalty. So I'm thinking that I just need to bag the second.
Yeah, exactly. So the first round done. That's some good points to you, David. So, sorry, Dave. So I think you'll be happy with that one. And let's see if you can even fight for the top spot next round. And so next is Jake Boucher. Tough fight for P3 and P2 and possibly P1 there. How did you find the race?
It was good, qualified a lot higher than I thought I would do. It seemed like everyone sort of didn't get the best quali lap in that they could. And then I'm not really sure what happened off the start. Being at night, all I could see was lights in the air, having a bit of an interesting time, and I had a couple of seconds gap. Just Simon and Dave just had a bit more pace than I did. We had a few good battles throughout the whole race and had a good fun.
Yeah, so a good second position. Lime Rock Park, have you raced around here much in the past? And did you enjoy the sort of the track layout?
I've done a few rookie races around here, and I did one earlier in the week. And sort of typical rookie fashion, got ejected from the race at turn 1. But yeah, so this one went a lot better. It's the first time doing it at night though, which is it's a bit of a different spin on it.
Yeah, and spins there were, especially on lap 1. But a very good job there indeed. Are you looking forward to the next round of the championship? We head to Alton Park. You think this is difficult for overtaking? Alton Park's going to be a next level, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I've never driven the Alton Park in the Mazda, so it should be quite fun. I have to go and watch some old touring car videos or something to get a bit of track knowledge for it.
That sounds a good idea. We're certainly looking forward to seeing you race and maybe even grabbing the top prize. So thank you very much. Vidago, there was a bit of a lap 1 incident. Overall, how would you say your race went?
Yeah, apart from lap 1, yeah, pretty good. Yeah. But I had to just get my head down after that and put laps in to catch up with the rest of the pack. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, could you tell us a little bit more about that lap 1 incident? We saw you. Did you? Well, you tell us through it. You're the driver. I'm the person who speaks over you. So go ahead. Tell us kind of what happened.
Oh, just got best start possible. 5th up to second place. Off go straight into T1. Get around the outside and then just a little tap just sends me around and gets a lot of people caught out on that.
Yeah, it was almost like watching NASCAR there with the big break like that. But although we turned a few different corners instead of the left. Tim Fulbrook, you had some mega pace there. Unfortunately, a little bit further down the pack than I expect you'd hope for. But how would you say your race went overall, and what things you reckon could have gone better?
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, I was unfortunately delayed by some internet issues, so I was only able to join in warm-up, so I didn't get to set a time in qualifying. Kind of just got caught up in cold tyres and the first corner and ran off, but yeah, and then made a big mistake at the end of the first lap, still on cold tyres, which was a bit of a shame because that dropped me right down. But then had some really good pace actually through the middle and towards the end of the race, like the second kind of 2/3 of that race from 10 minutes onwards. I felt like I was really quite flying, quite frankly. I was keeping up with Kieran, and we had a little bit of a battle. Had a bit of contact with Angus Martin as well, which cost me a bit of time. But yeah, I was managing to keep Kieran within kind of around 3 seconds, and we absolutely lopped time out of the guys in front. I mean, we came from about 24 seconds back to get into close to the top 5. So yeah, happy with the pace in the second half of that one, but just getting caught up in the typical first lap drama.
Yeah, there is always some drama with circuits like this, but let's hope that drama maybe helps you in the future rather than hinders you. So brilliant drive there, Fulbrook, and let's see what you can do in the next coming rounds. You look forward to Alton Park?
Yeah, definitely. I think really it's just qualifying towards the back. With one shot quali, you've got to get that time in and at least improve your chances of being inside the top 5 or so. And at somewhere like Alton Park, that'll be, I think, a bit more important. Here at Lime Rock, everyone's fairly close together on the track, and you can use the corners to some extent, and NASCAR pass people, around the outside. All the corners are right as opposed to left, but yeah, it kind of feels like an exaggerated oval circuit, really, with some ups and downs as well. So yeah, excited to see what goes on at Alton Park, and hopefully a bit more of a cleaner race for everyone.
Yeah, I think we can all look forward to whatever's going to happen at Alton Park. We can't call it just yet, especially after a race like that. Stephen Haley ended up in P9. I believe a lap down, but overall, how would you say your race went? What would you say about your pace and any other dramatics that occurred throughout this evening's action-packed race?
He's too embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, well, we'll move on to the race winner, Simon. Absolute brilliant job. You had a few close calls, I would say. I think you had a bit of it off. I thought that was it done, but you managed to somehow come out on top. So brilliant job there. What would you say helped you with your win today?
Everyone messing up, I guess.
Always helps, I suppose. Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Build in the post.
No, I must have had some good pace, I guess. I'm really surprised to come out on top. And like you said, I did make it hard for myself going off at turn 1 more than once. So yeah, no, that
Had a bit of spice, haven't you? Yeah. Exactly. You got to add a bit of seasoning to the race. So yeah, brilliant job. Looking forward to Alton Park.
Yeah, look forward to any race in these. It's always good fun in the MX5. So absolutely.
Yeah, the MX5 it hasn't got the most sort of raciness look to it. Would you say that the conservation of speed is like the key thing, and how would you say the tyres sort of work over a race? They drop off quite quickly, or were you able to manage them well?
I'd say it did seem like they dropped off quite quickly, but then they sort of leveled out. I was struggling with a little bit of understeer, but that could be because it was at night and the temperatures are quite low. So, but no, yeah, it's solid pace all the way through, really.
Yeah, solid pace it was, giving you the top prize. So I think you'll be happy with that one indeed. Fife. Now, I hear you didn't have much practice, and this has been your return to iRacing after a bit of a hiatus. How would you say your return was, and what can you look forward to in the next couple of races?
A big learning curve after sticking with ACP for a while. I subscribed back to iRacing about 3 hours ago, so not had a lot of time, but no, it's good. I'm looking forward to Alton Park, a track that I know more than Lime Rock. So hopefully I can be a bit more competitive. I didn't realise how strict the track limit warnings and things were. So yeah, but good overall. I'm glad I've got back into it.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you on the grid, and I can't wait to see your progress over this season. Out of all the rounds we've got, so we've just had Lime Rock, we've got Alton Park, Daytona Moto, and then Laguna Seca. Which one are you particularly looking forward to? You mentioned you like Alton Park already, but
yeah, probably Alton Park, because I'm not quite sure of the rest of the tracks. Daytona probably, but yeah, Alton Park's probably up there with my favourite. So I look forward to that. Yeah,
and we look forward to seeing all the action there. And yeah, brilliant job.
Let's just hear from the top. Let's just hear from the top guys. How many X's did you give in the race? Cameron, 5?
48, I think.
14?
48.
48 X's.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
All right, okay. Kieran, how many X's?
8, and all from Steve Haley.
Right, okay. Everything besides Stephen Haley. We know you two, you got a special sort of like brotherhood. We've seen that in the last race. So you got 8 X's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Steve get a bit too close sometimes.
Yeah.
Simon, like each other a bit too much.
Simon, how many X's did you have?
I wasn't really following it, but I think I saw popped up about 5 or 6, something like that.
5 or 6, right? Okay.
It's not bad. Tim? It's pretty good.
I had 4. So I suppose I win in that department.
Right. Okay.
There we go. You can take that trophy home.
Yeah.
There we go.
We should actually have a dual championship here. Yeah. Definitely. Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Wow. So brilliant job by all drivers, really. Overall, absolutely phenomenal racing. It caught us off guard. We didn't realise it was ending that quickly. We thought it had only just begun. But that is that. And yeah. So that was Alton Park, round 1. And any final words, Brian, before we come to an end? Oh dear. Well, oh, hello, Brian.
Come on.
hello. You're right.
Okay.
I was about to say any. Yes, yeah, the stairs. A bit steep in the comments. You didn't fall down the
it went
slide again,
okay.
did you? Yeah, it went all right, didn't it?
Bit surprised about the start, to be honest, but yeah.
Well, I come from F1 esports, so that's nature. That's natural for us. That was actually quite tame, but yeah, it threw up some interesting results there. That said, that was Lime Rock Park, and we move on to Alton Park next over in Britain, across the pond for round 2 of 4 of the Mazda MX5 series here at Simsport Racing. So be sure to follow this and the other different things going on at Simsport by checking out all the social links, and I'm sure you can find those in the description. But from me, that was an epic race. I can't go over that for my first race. That was brilliant. Brian, are you looking forward to Alton? Okay, right. Thank you all for joining. We look forward to seeing you in Alton Park. I've been Cameron, and Brian was with me as well. Brilliant job by all drivers, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, and goodbye.